Hello, everyone, and welcome to another rousing uh, game of Hump Day Trivia. Sorry, I can't multitask and talk at the same time. Um, I apologize for the delay. I was hoping you guys would come find me here at 11 o'clock so we can get this going here. Um, Definitely is good to be back online, and I'm trying to pull it up on my phone so I can see any comments, and we'll go from there. So today's topic is, as it says, obscure college mascot trivia. So I hope you can follow along and be ready for what we're doing today, because you know what? I had a hard time with some of these as well. But it was fun doing a lot of research and figuring it all out. So definitely join along and we'll go from there. All right, so can you name these college mascots by their photo? Sure, you can. I mean, basically the only one I can really do. Oh, wait, no. Well, we got Brutus Buckeye over Ohio State. I know that's a Razorback, the Longhorns, but I don't know necessarily what the name of their Longhorn is. Nebraska Cornhusker. Um, so, uh, oh yeah, Texas A Aggies. I thought they. Oh wait, that is part of Texas. See, it's hard for me. And these are just the ones that we hear of all the time and see all the time and know all the time. Um, and it's great, but we're not using them for this trivia. This trivia is all obscure. All right, so mascot number one. I wonder who can name this mascot. It looks like a giant green booger. Um, so we'll see. I'll give a little bit. And we'll go from there. We'll see if anybody can get that. Nope. All right. It is the University of Arkansas at Monticello. That's Wheezy the Weevil. All right, a little bit about him. Any cotton farmer will tell you that the boll weevil, a cotton-eating beagle, or beetle, not beagle, that'd be really weird if a dog was eating cotton, is nothing to be messed with. Native to central Mexico, the beetle made its way to the southern United States in the late 1800s, and by 1920 was wreaking havoc on cotton farms across the U.S. It's it's devastating, and infestation can happen quickly. That's exactly the message UAM's President Horsfall was trying to send when he announced the mascot at a pep rally in 1925. UAM was gearing up to play Magnolia A&M, a southern farm school later known as Southern Arkansas University. Horsfall wanted to send a message that UAM meant business. He told students the only gosh darn thing that ever licked the South was the boll weevil. Boll weevils, that's what you are, boll weevils. The boll weevil has been picked on over the years and has made many lists of strange and unusual mascots. Boll weevil pride runs strong at UAM, and even the rivals have to smile a little at that first sighting of Wheezy the Weevil. Pretty interesting. All right, mascot number two. I wonder who can guess this one. Good morning, Brent. Welcome to the party. Mascot number two. He's a spicy little number. I can't tell if that's a start of a mustache or those are his nostrils. I'll give you 30 more seconds. All right. It is the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, and that is Cayenne. He is the Raging Cajun Pepper. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about Cayenne. He is a spirit leader of the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. He is anthropomorphic. He is an anthropomorphic, that's a mouthful, cayenne pepper, a staple spice of the Acadian region in which the school is located. Louisiana does not have an official mascot. In recent years, the university has had several mascots, including live bulldogs. They used to be called the Bulldogs. Mr. Raging Cajun, who was also an animated figure, and the Fabulous Cajun Chicken, which they claim was the most popular mascot in the history of the school. Cayenne was created using an out-of-the-box method. Instead of being a physical representation of Raging Cajuns, like most mascots are, Cayenne is the embodiment of the Raging Cajun spirit of Acadania. I'll have to learn how to pronounce that one. He was introduced in 2000 and changes clothes depending on what sporting event he's at. You know, like he wears a Raging Cajuns football uniform at the football games and a Louisiana basketball jersey for the basketball games. I do believe they're still trying to redo their mascot, so we'll see what happens and what they come up with, but he's the one that they've got for now. All right. Mascot number 3. Oh, this reminds me of a brand of milk. I always thought the milk was purple, but it was just a cow. It was just the color of their carton. I mean, who drinks purple milk anyways? Oh. Wonder who can guess this mascot. Boy, that delay is really long. Any guesses? It's an educated mascot, that's for sure. He's reading a book. Who knows who this mascot is? No idea. Come on, Brent. I thought you were a sports guy. All right, 30 more seconds. Wyoming? Only because the W and I know Wisconsin's. Ah! Why W, Ricky? That is interesting. All right, time's almost up. It is Williams College of Massachusetts. That is Ophelia, the purple cow. A little bit about Ophelia. In Williams College, it was established in 1793 with funds bequeathed by Colonel Ephraim Williams. And the college is private, residential, and liberal arts with graduate programs in the history of art and in development economics. The undergraduate enrollment is approximately 2,100 students. So in 1907, in a vote by the student body on a name for a mascot for the college's sports teams, Purple Cows was selected. At that time on campus, there was a popular student humor magazine known as the Purple Cow, which was thought to favor the vote toward the F's having a purple cow as a mascot. So in the summer of 2010, the Purple Cow was seen along with mascots from University of Pennsylvania, Texas Tech, Ohio State, Oregon, and Florida in an ESPN college football game day commercial, making the first time a Division III mascot appeared in an ESPN college football game day commercial. Fitting as the Fs were the first Division III school to host ESPN college football game day on November 10th, 2010. The Purple Cow has since appeared in numerous ESPN college football games, and the commercials can be seen in The History of Lee Corso's Headgear, a tribute to college football game day analysts. For Tennessee, they literally have everything. Oh, wow, I'd have to check that out. I've only been to Tennessee airport once. That's the closest I got to Tennessee. But yeah, the Massachusetts people do things a little differently, and being that it's a liberal arts college, I can see where they would come up with this. All right, mascot number 4. I got smarter as I went along in the evening, and I blocked out the letters on his chest. Mascot number 4. He looks like a Wiggle or a Teletubby, or could be something really strange. He definitely is kind of colorful. I wonder if those are the team colors too. Hornet or a wasp? He has a pointy butt. That's a very good guess. It's not the right one, but it's a very good guess. Good observation on the pointy butt. 30 more seconds. No, he is not a dinosaur. Another good guess. Wouldn't surprise me if a college had a dinosaur as a mascot. They can do that old dinosaur song. Was it Walk the Dinosaur? Boom, boom, aka laka laka boom. It is the University of California at Santa Cruz, Sammy the Slug. Their mascot is a banana slug. How about that? The banana slug, a bright yellow, slimy, shellless mollusk commonly found on the redwood forest floor, was the unofficial mascot for UC Santa Cruz co-ed team since the university's early years. The students' embrace of such a lowly creature was their response to the fierce athletic competition fostered at most American universities. In 1980, when some campus teams wanted more organized yet still low-key participation in extramural competition, UC Santa Cruz joined the NCAA's Division III in 5 sports. The application required an official team name, and the UCSC's chancellor at the time, Robert Sinsheimer, selected a new moniker, the Sea Lions. While the chancellor considered sea lions more dignified and suitable to serious play than banana slugs, the new name did not find favor with the majority of students, who continued to root for the slugs even after a sea lion was painted in the middle of the basketball floor. After 5 years of dealing with the two mascot problem, an overwhelming pro-slug straw vote by students in 1986 persuaded the chancellor to make the lowly but beloved banana slug UCSC's official mascot. That was very interesting to find out. All right, moving on. Mascot number 5. This one was really interesting to do a little bit of reading on. And I got lucky. I found a picture that kind of hid the letters on his chest, so I didn't have to do any sponsoring or censoring. I, I'll tell you in a minute, Ricky. And there's some other mascots that he kind of looks like, but I'm trying to remember what they were off the top. Like, I think there's some like Blue Devils or something. Was it Duke Blue Devils? But that guy's blue, and this guy's white. I mean, he wears blue clothes, but it's really weird. He's got kind of a pig nose. Duke, yeah, I mean that was kind of a guess that I had, Ricky. Bat for Mark, Blue Horn Devil. If he was actually blue, that would be kind of neat. But no, we got to think more obscure. Blue Devil would be too easy for this trivia. I mean, what fun is trivia if you get all the answers all the time? I know. It's hard to get any of my answers, but that's half the fun of it. You get to learn something new. 15 seconds. Got some good guesses, though. 3, 2, 1. It is St. Louis University, the Billiken. The Billiken. So, the Billiken is a mythical good luck figure who represents things as they ought to be. Before he was St. Louis University's mascot, he was a national sensation, a figure who was reproduced as dolls, marshmallow candies, metal banks, hat pins, pickle forks, belt buckles, auto hood ornaments, salt and pepper shakers, bottles, and more. We really didn't have anything else to do back then, did we? To buy a Billiken gives the purchaser luck, but to have one given to you is better luck. Not No one is sure exactly when the Billiken first became linked to St. Louis University. There are several popular stories, all of which tie the Billiken to John Bender, a law student who took over coaching SLU's football team in 1910, and his resemblance to the cheery good luck symbol. According to one, a cartoonist drew a caricature of the coach in the form of a Billiken and posted it in the window of a local drugstore. The football team soon became known as Bender's Billikens. That sounds like something they would do in 1910. Another version of the story says that Billy Gunn, who ran a drugstore near St. Louis University, was responsible for linking the Billiken to SLU. According to a 1946 obituary, Coach Bender walked into Mr. Gunn's drugstore one afternoon and was greeted by the proprietor with, "Bender, you're a real Billiken." William O'Connor, a noted sports writer who was there, took up the name for Bender, and eventually the university teams became known as the Billikens. Yes, he looks like a sun-bleached Grinch. All right. Mascot number 6. Pretty obvious that he is a very green strawberry. What school does he represent? Could be like a green Christmas time Hershey Kiss. Yes, artichokes, California. Maybe, maybe he is an artichoke. Which school? What school is he from, and what's his name? I'll take either one. And I bet you Mark could probably guess it as just a guess. Asparagus could be. You know, I that's one vegetable that I just refuse to eat. I know people have it with any lots of things. They serve it at fancy restaurants. I am not an asparagus fan. I think it just tastes disgusting. Avocado could be, could be. Give you 30 more seconds. Scottsdale. Oh, Tiffany might be onto something. 5 seconds. Scottsdale Community College. Artie the Artichoke. Um, so Tiffany got very. Oh, see, look at that. Tiffany came through there at the end. An important part of the college's history is encapsulated in its mascot, the artichoke. Born during a period of student unrest in the early 1970s, Artie the Artichoke was adopted as the school's mascot to express a difference of opinion concerning budget priorities. Originally intended to be a source of embarrassment, Artie has been embraced by students, athletes, staff, and the community as a beloved character. I have no idea what that is, Brent. Artie the Art. Yep. The Fighting Artichokes. Who would have thought? Artichokes, you know, I've had some artichoke dip, and it's actually kind of good. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Spinach? Yes, exactly. Spinach artichoke dip. That is good stuff. All right, mascot number 7. Now there was two variations that I found to him, so I wanted to include both there, so not to be biased to promote one over the other. Of course, I forgot to edit out something on there, but you know, granted, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. Who is this guy? And I would have never known what it was. To me, it looked like a taco overflowing with guacamole on the right and a really bad tofu hot dog on the left. Asparagus. Nope, nope, not a vegetable. I'll tell you now, this one is not a vegetable. Very interesting, too. I like the different interpretation of the outfits over the years, so. And it was very hard to find some stuff to go along with this one, but I did. 30 seconds. Eel. Be like an eel taco. Like something you'd find in Japan. Be like a delicacy. And no, it's nothing to do with sushi or anything. 15 seconds. The Evergreen State College Speedy is his name. Their mascot is the Geoducks. Who would have thought that that was something like that. Caterpillar? Not really. No, no. So Speedy the Geoduck is Evergreen's mascot. The Geoduck has been called every name in the book: weird, versatile, baffling, even a delicacy. But Speedy represents the essence of Evergreen's charm. So, what is a geoduck? Despite the name, a geoduck is not a duck, nor is it a geode. In fact, it's pronounced like gooey duck. Oh, geez, see, I didn't even read that last night. Clearly, nothing is quite as it seems when it comes to the gooey duck. The gooey duck is the world's largest burrowing clam. The Puget Sound gooey duck weighs in at over 2 pounds on average. It's so large it can't fit into its own shell. Omnia exteres indeed. I have no idea what that is. Gooey ducks can live longer than you or I. The longest lived gooey duck on record was 168 years old. So technically, that would make it a super centenarian. But we'll settle with just super. The word gooey duck comes from the Lachute seed word gooey duck. I don't even know if that's pronounced right, meaning dig deep. Gooey ducks stretch their siphons out up to 3 feet beneath the sand. Get out your clam diggers. Gooey ducks are most commonly found in the Puget Sound and the Strait of Georgia near Vancouver, British Columbia, and Canada. Pacific Northwest represents. Oh man, I have never had one of those. I'm not really a big clam person. I find them a little too gritty for my taste. Um, but I'd be willing to try it if it was, battered and fried. Oh, didn't know that, Mark. Didn't know that. Thanks for that. The Evergreen is the sister school to Antioch. Very nice. All right. Mascot number 8. That might look like some of us working from home. No grit, really. I might have to try that then. Maybe it's just because it was prepared nice. I think the first time I ever had clams, it was from a little shack down in Florida, and they didn't wash their clams properly. Mascot number 8. That's some nice bedhead charm he's got going. He looks a bit jaundiced too. I think he needs some sunlight. I think that's what a lot of us need. I was so sad when I saw the rain this morning. Yesterday was so gorgeous. I was looking forward to a repeat of today, and I get up and it's just raining, and it rained all the way to work. And they're calling for storms this afternoon. It's supposed to rain through Thursday. Man, where is the sun? I'm going to start looking yellow like this guy, and if I grow my hair out, it's going to look messy like that too. Any guesses on this guy? Give you 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Wichita State University Wooshock. Yeah, what's that, you ask? Well, I'm glad you did. So, Wichita State University, formerly Fairmont College, received its first mascot name about the time it received its first football coach. Tradition has that in 1904, football manager and student R.J. Kirk needed a name for the team in order to advertise Fairmont's upcoming engagement with the Chilocco Indians. He came up with the Wheat Shockers. At the time, many Fairmont football players earned tuition and board harvesting or shocking wheat during the summer harvest, so the name seemed appropriate. Early football games were played on a stubbled wheat field. Pep Club members were known as Wheaties. Although the Wheat Shockers name was never officially adopted by the university, it caught on and survived until it was later shortened to Shockers. In 1948, the university used a nameless shock of wheat as its symbol. Wooshock came to life in 1948 when junior Wilbur Elsia won the Kappa Pi Honorary Society's competition to design a mascot typifying the spirit of the school. Elsia, who had been a Marine during World War II, decided that the school needed a mascot who gave a tough impression with a serious, no-nonsense scowl. Some people say I got a serious, no-nonsense scowl. I don't understand that. Once Elsia's mascot was adopted by the university, which by that time was known as the Municipal University of Wichita, all that was needed was a name. The October 7th, 1948 issue of the Sunflower, the student newspaper, ran an advertisement urging students to submit names for the school's new mascot. It was freshman Jack Kirstein who suggested the winning name, Wooshock. How about that for a name? I didn't know that that's what they called harvesting wheat, shocking wheat. I guess, yeah, it just proves that I'm just a city boy on that one. All right. Someone better go smack DeJuan and tell him to log in and guess this one. If he doesn't, we're going to have to disown him. Giant red blob. Did I lose everybody? Who is this guy? He looks like a red version of Grimace. This was only one of two pictures that I could find that didn't have his front lettering on his belly. He's got his big old university letters on his belly, so I had to find something just because it's kind of hard to censor the texture of the fur. Who do we think this guy is? Fifteen seconds. Who do we think he is? Syracuse Orangeman? Are you colorblind, Brent? Just curious. I've known several different colorblind people. My father-in-law is colorblind. He can only see in certain shades, and there's some, or I guess he's more color deficient. But I knew a really good artist who was colorblind. And as long as his wife laid out his colors in a certain order, he did the most wonderful pictures ever. And everything was just blended beautifully. It was amazing. And he actually had a degree in art. But no, that's red. That's a red guy. Who is he? Western Kentucky University, Big Red. Who would have thought? I love the tubas in the background now. That was the instrument I used to play. Oh, look at Janet coming in there at the end. Way to go, Janet. Yes, Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers with their mascot, who is affectionately named Big Red. He is their athletic mascot. He was born in the fall of 1979 and celebrates its birthday on December 1st. Big Red can be best described as the spirit of Western. The huge, furry, lovable creature was originally designed and built by WKU student Ralph Carey, a 1980 graduate, and from Cincinnati. So, it made its debut during the Hilltoppers' 1979-1980 basketball season. Big Red has become a big hit with fans of all ages throughout the state and the nation. Big Red's signature moves are the belly slide and the belly shake. He stole my moves. The ultimate fan and supporter of all WKU's intercollegiate sports, Big Red won the Key to Spirit Award, the highest honor presented to team mascots at the time, at the Universal Cheerleading Association competition in 1980, 81, and again in 83. In the spring of 1990, Big Red reached the Final Four of the UCA's second annual national championship event in San Antonio, Texas, taking third place honors. Then, in the spring of 96, Big Red reached the Final Four of ESPN Sports Zone's Battle of the Mascots and public balloting on the internet. Big Red was the centerpiece of ESPN's promotion of the 25,000th Sports Center, airing in August 2002. Since 2002, Big Red has also been selected into the Capital One All-America Mascot Team 8 of the 10 years of its existence. In 2005, Big Red placed second at the Universal Cheerleader Association Summer Camp in Knoxville, Tennessee. Also in 2005, Big Red was voted the favorite mascot of participating schools at the NCAA Mascot Mania celebration in Indianapolis, Indiana. So, very cool. Good job, Judith. Mascot number 10. What? There's two mascots. How is this possible? Who would mess with our minds like this to give us two mascots? Oh my goodness. If you could name either one, I'd be impressed. Two mascots for number 10. One's a nice looking dude in a suit. I almost thought Fighting Irish, but that guy is a very distinguishable guy. Plus, the Fighting Irish, that's a little too popular for what we're doing. So, who are these guys? 30 seconds. Five seconds. Delta State University, the Statesman and the Fighting Okra. Yes, the Statesman is the official mascot, the Fighting Okra is the unofficial mascot. Both represent Delta State University. All right, so Delta State has the two mascots, one official, one unofficial. Since its inception, Delta State's sports teams have officially been known as the Statesmen because of the role State Rep Walter Sillers Jr. played in the location of the school in Cleveland. Sillers was Speaker of the Mississippi House of Representatives for 20 years. The female teams are called the Lady Statesmen. That's weird. However, since the late 1980s, the student body has embraced a mascot that depicts a piece of okra wearing boxing gloves and brandishing a fierce expression. The Fighting Okra grew out of humor among students about the improbability that anyone would find a statesman particularly frightening. Excuse me. In the mid 1990s, a student vote was taken, resulting in the university taking on the Fighting Okra as an unofficial mascot. The Fighting Okra was featured in the Okraphobia episode of the Food Network show Good Eats. The popularity of the Fighting Okra grew so much that many myths started on how the mascot came to be, the most popular of these stating there was a stubborn okra plant at first base on the baseball field that grew back every time it was cut. The true origin of the Fighting Okra mascot was a discussion between basketball and baseball players in the Court of Governors dormitory. The Statesman mascot was temporarily prohibited from participating in athletic activities after a physical altercation with the Mississippi College's Choctaw mascot at a basketball game. Basketball player Houston Williamson was lamenting the fact that Fighting Statesman was not particularly frightening to their opponents. All present agreed that an alternative mascot would have to be mean and green. After a lively discussion and many suggestions, baseball pitcher Bob Black suggested that okra was green, fuzzy, and tough. The DSU basketball team began using the chant Okra, 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 Okra at DSU basketball games since. Amazing. I've never been to a school that had two mascots like this. But yeah, I mean, who finds a statesman, frightening? All right. That was it for our top 10 list. Here is the bonus mascot. I know. What are you looking at? I found this one and I had to include it, but I knew it was going to be too tough for anybody to really figure out. But I thought it was kind of unique enough to share. So bonus points to anybody who can give me the answer to this mascot. I don't really know what I'm looking at. But it says two white bracket looking things on the left. Anybody got a wild guess? I'm not going to hold you too long in this one. Yes, Janet, that is the mascot. Those two white brackets. And there's a funny story behind them. At least I think it's funny, but that's because I've got a weird sense of humor. Any guesses? 30 seconds. This one's just for giggles. Ten seconds. The brackets. Close. But there's a certain way that they call this. Null set from the new College of Florida. Yeah, I'll give you a second to digest that one. So, here's the story behind that. There's a common belief that new college students adopted the null set nickname for sports teams as an intentional and ironic wink at their bookish nature and lack of competitive teams. The true story, as it often is with New College, is often more unusual. Back in the 1970s, when the student government constitution was drafted, an actual mascot, Brownie the dog, was named, after a stray that ran around campus and students fed and played with. That persisted well into the 1990s when Brownie almost certainly was no more. And so in 1997, the then officers compiled a huge slate of updates to the neglected Constitution to be adopted at the Student Standard Town Hall meeting. My co-president, Martha Alter, and I proposed a raft of amendments to the Constitution, recalled alumnus Matthew Greico. However, students could not agree on a new mascot. The approved amendment simply deleted Brownie without putting anything in its place. When it came time to reprint the Constitution with the incorporated amendments, the decision was made to put empty brackets there until such a time as a new mascot were chosen because nobody knew any other way to accurately reflect the amendment's effect in print, Greco explained. Empty parentheses, which are these brackets, is mathematical notation for the empty set. Somewhere along the line, that evolved into null set, which is a different thing mathematically, but has a better ring to it than empty set. It's lasted for almost 20 years and probably will stick forever as an homage to the nerdy, nonconformist nature of New College. I think it's a wonderful treat. Null set is the mascot, and to embrace it as an emblem of New College's idiosyncratic relationship with the world of extramural athletics, Greco said. It happened by a weird cocktail of design and stalemate, and not as a deliberate commentary on that idiosyncrasies. For the record, New College officially competes in intercollegiate sailing as a member of the Intercollegiate Sailing Association of North America, South Atlantic Division, and in 2013 actually qualified to compete in the national championship. Go Noles! I'll tell you what, that was very interesting to read on how they come up with that. So, thank you everyone. That is the end of our quiz. Or trivia. I hope you had fun, learned something new, and take it with you. So, thank you all for joining us today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Check me out tomorrow at 10 a.m. We're going to go over our part 3 of interview basics. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day now.